sharing the magic of Maui with you. The sparkling sea and the coconut trees on the Napoli coast. We are near Lahaina on western Maui, and I was here on vacation for a week with my son, and now I am on retreat myself with Ram Das and Krishna Das. And let's see if we can turn this around. It is so hot here that it's warning me that my phone might be too hot, so we'll have to see how this goes. Yes, it is really beautiful, Joe. So I've got a lovely hibiscus flower in my ear to match my yellow scarf today. And I'm having such an amazing time at this retreat. You know, even though I teach, it's so important for all of us to get a break from our everyday life and go to somewhere tropical or exotic and get a change of scenery to get us out of our everyday, you know, our everyday humdrum, paying the bills, fighting the traffic, dealing with our email. Thank you for the blessings, Ken. And you know what I'm noticing is I'm getting deeply nourished by being here. I'm getting to do meditations with Jack Cornfield, and we got to do a meditation with Ram Das right before our lunch break. And it's really healthy for me to be a student. I feel like I'm a continuous student. I love learning. But it's so important for us to get out of the stress of our everyday life. Jivana, I'm on Maui actually at Nepali Beach. And I'm on retreat at what's called Opening Your Heart in Paradise. Yes, it's Hawaii. Opening Your Heart in Paradise with Ram Das, Krishna Das, many of the devotees that were with Neem Karoli Baba when he was in his body. He was a big part of why there is kirtan, or call and response chanting, in the West today. Krishna Das brought that back. And it's so lovely just to unplug, even though I love what I do, just to get a break and to take some time to deeply nourish myself and to check out this gorgeous scenery, right? And so often, like I notice, many of you know I'm not American, even though I've been living in California for the last 15 years. But we get so caught up in the busyness of everyday life. Thank you so much for your beautiful prayers. But we get so caught up in everyday life, and it's very hard to shift our perspective often if we just stay in that rat race. And, you know, while I came here for myself to be on retreat on Maui, I'm just noticing how my mindset shifts and how doing these practices nourish me, and how going snorkeling with the turtles is wonderful for me. I just spotted a turtle right as I was starting this video, even from the shore. And when we go into new and exotic places, it really shifts our perception of our lives, of our relationships, of our connections to family. Yes, the ocean is very powerful today. It's been very calm, and today it's really sharing its Shakti with us today. But yes, we really need to step out of our everyday mindsets and even these samskaras that we can get so caught in, these grooves or these patterns that we just accept as the norm. And one of the things I've learned about traveling to so many wonderful places in the world is that it really expands our reality. And a few years ago when I started leading retreats, I actually changed the whole way I was running my business, because I saw how beneficial it is for people to get away and for you to make time for yourself, to make yourself a priority, and to make your devotion a priority. And if you have a partner, to make time to connect and drop in that connection. One of the people here, we have a beautiful community here on Maui, and one of the people here was talking to me and asking my advice on dating. And I shared that for me, one of the best places to go and meet somebody, if you're looking, is at a retreat or at a workshop, because then you're in this transformative experience together and you can really grow and expand through that. But you're also meeting like-minded people, and especially if you come to one of my Neo-Tantra retreats, then you've got somebody who's interested in this exploration of Neo-Tantra just like you are. And my next retreat is happening in a very different setting to this, but on Joshua Tree, or in Joshua Tree, February 28th to March 1st. We'll be diving in for 3 days, and starting the Friday evening. And I've run it at Joshua Tree before. We have the most divine caterers. People rave about the food there. And we're going to be diving into mantra practice. I'll definitely be bringing, some of the energy that I've experienced here with Ram Dass, with Krishna Das, with Jack Cornfield, to share with you. So instead of you having to invest, I've had to invest quite a lot of money being here, but you can experience some of that magic as I share some of the practices of bhakti yoga. Many people think that yoga is just this twisting our body into pretzels, and that's mostly a hatha yoga focusing on asana, which is just the body postures. But yoga, wow, I hope you can hear the ocean roaring. It's really loud behind me. But it's so much bigger than that, and bhakti yoga is the yoga of love, or the yoga of devotion. And that's a big part of what the retreat I'm currently on is about. And I'm going to be sharing some of the gems of that with you too. Hi, Brian. Thanks for tuning in from Australia. So we'll also be exploring neo-tantric rituals and individual practice. I get asked this all the time. I don't have a partner. Can I come to your retreats? And I have a big heart for people that are unpartnered, right? My sexy singles, I call them, to come out and explore as well. And the great thing about coming to my retreats is you don't need a partner to attend. So you can come flying solo and then just connect with different people in the group. And when I'm on a retreat, we don't do any genital touching. Some people are freaked out, like, am I going to some weird sex weekend? But we're really teaching you practices to empower you and to help expand your awareness, so that you've got tools to take home with you, so that you can keep the practices going even once you've left the magic of Joshua Tree. Now, you might be looking at beautiful Maui going, what does that have to do with Joshua Tree? Well, the community here is actually the community that I first started connecting to when I was in Joshua Tree for a Bhakti Yoga festival. And I find it so magical, the stillness of the desert and the wide open spaces. And I actually go there a few times a year because I love it so much, which is why I decided to take students with me to be there too. My arm's getting tired, so let's see if I can lean a little bit so you can still see my face. I forgot to add my tripod today. Anyway, and we're also going to do practices, all of which to raise our energy and raise our and move this energy that we play with in Neo-Tantra called Kundalini Shakti. So we're going to move this life force energy that's connected to our eros going to teach you a practice that's really profound, where you can learn to have full body orgasms, even without having a partner. And what's amazing about that is that instead of outsourcing your pleasure, you get to be in charge of your own turn on. You get to be in charge of your own juiciness and vitality in the world. And it's often one of the highlights of the weekend. So yes, this practice where we learn to have full body orgasms is really quite amazing. And then once again, you can take it home and practice that on your own. Another thing about being on retreat, and it's one of the things I'm loving here, but that also blesses me so much at my events, is community. You know, I don't know what your life was like, but I grew up in a pretty dysfunctional family, and this whole concept of family was quite challenging for me for most of my life. And when you get to dive into community, there's a way that you're just nurtured and fed. So often in the West, we rarely are so disconnected, living in our homes on our own, and people are often lonely and alienated and really touch deprived. And so you get to drop into beautiful community and connect with wonderful heart-centered people. We really do a lot of heart activation so that everything comes from the energy of love. And there's a beautiful way to be held in community as we eat together and practice together. And yes, I was raised in South Africa actually, Jason, but I've lived all over the world. So, but coming back to community is that I notice it's so deeply nourishing, especially when you're dropping into conscious community. So there's always somebody to go for a hike with, and there are some private rooms for couples left for Joshua Tree, but you get to share these experiences, and you have people that are on the journey with you that can share when you have these big ahas and these big heart openings. So I invite you to join me. I think there are only 3 spots left for all gender tickets, and I think I have 1 couples room left. I think that's all. But come and join me for my Sarasa Tantra Joshua Tree retreat, February 28th to March 1st. And come and soak in the magic. Come and soak in the expansion that only comes with going to somewhere outside of your normal everyday realm. So I don't have long before our next session starts, and I still want to go for a swim in this gorgeous ocean. But I'm going to flip the camera around and just let you see some of the magic of Maui before I go. I will pop the link for Joshua Tree in the comments below so you can join us. But give yourself the gift. Give yourself the gift of going somewhere beautiful, dropping back into nature, which is so nourishing for our nervous systems and our bodies. And I look forward to you joining me for my first retreat of the new year. It's a wonderful Christmas present or holiday gift if you don't celebrate Christmas. And I do have gift vouchers for the holidays. Wouldn't it be wonderful to share the magic of an experience that can really nourish you for a lifetime instead of just giving a thing? We all have so many things these days, so I think an experience is a much more lovely gift to give. Sending you blessings and aloha and the mana, or the spirit of Hawaii. May that touch you wherever you are watching this video from in the world today. Namaste and have a beautiful day.